Professionalism.
Could you do that again?
Do do what again?
The Hello Monks and Mugshots. I just didn't record
No,
that.
I'm not gonna do it
I'm so
again.
sorry. I'm so bad at this.
No, no, you can just go watch the recording. Picardo saves old recordings.
Yeah, but it doesn't get the. Okay.
Okay, so anyways, we have our technical difficulties, Alex underscore.
Uh, that's me.
I haven't thought of a good, funny name for Enigma yet, but go ahead and introduce yourself, fucktard.
There you go.
We're running,
There's one.
we're running a campaign to free the nipple, apparently.
Hashtag dragon
And,
tits.
huh?
Hashtag dragon tits.
Oh, okay. And we also have Tony Montana with us.
I am not a drug lord, I swear.
Sure, right. Okay, so since this is actually quite different from our normal streams, our first topic comes from Anon Pencil.
Oh, that crazy woman.
Oh yes, we all love her to death.
Yes, we do. She's such a sweetheart. And she also murders people.
Or just, burst their balls if they jizz all over dead corpses. Anyways,
Yes. Speaking of balls,
yeah, speaking of balls, that was an unintentional segue. She says, talk about ball hairs. Who has them? Who doesn't? What's the general opinion here of nutsack hair?
They're fun to tickle.
yes. I mean, we all know that Pencil does have the biggest balls and the hairiest ones too, but
Yeah, they're hairy because she likes to eat candy on top of them and then roll them around over the carpet.
Oh god.
we are so gonna get shit canned for this.
Oh yes.
It's all downhill from here.
The good thing about ball hairs is that most people can't see them because obviously you wear clothes, so you can test out like hairstyles on them without having to, go outside and have everyone look and, you know what I mean? Test it out before.
Are you
No, we don't
everyone-
know what you mean.
are you
Hey,
saying that?
everyone, rate my ball hairs from 1 to 10.
So, what kind of conditioner do you guys use for your ball hairs?
Yeah, that's a good question actually.
Soap.
Well, I have to make them look presentable,
Who
So
the fuck are you presenting them to then? Mother, I have cleaned my balls. Here they are.
Now I think about it, you can, if you use some hair gel, you could probably like make a spike go through your ball cleavage.
How fucking long ball hair?
What is it with this whole fucking ball cleavage? It doesn't exist.
Well, what else are you gonna call that space between the two balls?
Oh my god. Enigma, do you just want to put tits on everything? Like what? Nutsack tits? Here, have some tits on your nuts. Courtesy of Enigmatic Otaku.
Hang on. Technically speaking, if you had nipples on your nut sacks, that would be fucking epic because you got more to play with down there. Think about it.
Hey,
the only thing I can
crotch
think
tits.
about is they make really good. They'd make really good. What would you call it? Just the electrolyzers or whatever it is, the little clamps, and they're hooked up to a battery or some shit, and you just clamp them on there, and
Oh yes.
yeah, it'd make a good place to hang those.
Oh, so if you need to go torture someone for whatever reason.
No, I have mentioned this several times before, but
Oh.
I have a friend who took a
Oh
what is
yes.
it? It's a current tester.
Oh.
She's an electrical engineer, and she reversed it, and now she turned it into a sex toy. So there's that.
So you're basically saying that we. This gives me an idea. Hey, Anon, is having electrodes clamped to your nut nipples on your nutsack your fetish?
That's oddly specific. I'm not sure there's going to be
Well-
much material for that.
He's done his research, I think.
You can't say I don't take this seriously.
Speaking of hairy balls, how do people shave them? Because I would never put like a razor anywhere near the jewels.
Nah, go natural, man. If God
I
intended,
don't get it either.
Don't you
if
wax
God
them?
intended us to shave our balls, He would have given us the means to
Well,
do that.
I wouldn't wax either because you yank too damn hard and suddenly you're a eunuch.
That's
What the fuck?
Nigga's been watching some weird shit again, I think.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
So, yeah. Well, I
Like,
can tell you this: if you ever do attempt to shave your balls, expect a lot of bleeding.
We're talking from personal experience here, aren't we?
But if you cut
No.
your balls, won't white stuff bleed out instead of red stuff?
Oh my.
Oh God.
Give this man a biology textbook, please.
Enigma, everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. In
So
a
it's not
nutshell.
Give this man a biology.
Oh
So-
God, I just got the most horrible fucking vision.
Oh.
Don't share it.
No, it's nothing like that. I was thinking about how could we lengthen this topic, and then I was thinking, well, she wanted to know who has ball hair and all that shit. And I'm thinking, who has the longest? Well, I mean, if you're really gifted, it's long enough you could braid it.
How fucking long is your nutsack here, man?
Good
Is it-
God. Is that something worthy of a Guinness's World Records?
Now let's determine the length.
Probably.
Is it long enough to cut off and make into little wigs for little mice or something? Or is
Here
it
you go,
short-
Mr. Mouse. You can have a wig made from my ball hair.
Well, hey,
Why
I
do I
mean,
feel like that's a thing male Fluttershy does for animals? I feel like the mouse has cancer and needs a wig.
Oh God. Yeah, so let's help people with leukemia who've lost all their hair through chemotherapy. Just
Hey,
give
hey,
your
hey.
nutsack hair.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it would be too coarse though. The hair.
Besides,
It's not
they're
soft.
bald. They're bald. They can't afford to be picky. They're bald.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
the
but what if there's lice in it though? Then can they be picky?
you mean crabs?
Oh, God.
Also, all the ball hair wigs come in one style, curly.
I don't know what you're talking about. I straighten mine.
Again, how long are
See,
we talking?
Rob has good personal fashion. He knows how to- he
Shoot, I even style mine into a goatee.
Is it like fucking Rapunzel down there or something?
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your balls.
Oh God. Yeah, Rapunzel the trap.
I'm
would've
not
been-
an old man. I just said it would be interesting if he had a long ball.
That would have made Tangled a much more interesting film.
I would just like to thank the other guy for saying, "Imagine a guy knitting underwear from his still attached pubic hair."
So,
That sounds like some male Bayonetta shit.
uh,
God.
but you have to wonder though, if she controls all the hair on her body to do whatever, God, what does she do with the bush?
Oh man. Do you think she just grabs guys in and just swallows them whole? She's just like,
Well, no. Think about this. If at any point you were to touch any part of her suit, you would have no idea if it was hair from her head or hair from her crotch.
oh God, that's a good point. So
See?
That's
And
now
if she
the
were
bottom.
to say, take that hair demon, whatever, and have it fucking kick you, she could be cunt punting you in
Oh.
reverse.
reverse punch.
It would just be more
God.
interesting if fist comes out of a crotch made of hair.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just like,
The portal down there opens.
oh God.
It'd be like one of the finishing moves. She just grabs your face, ramp to the crotch, and just slams a fist into you.
Man. It just the rainforest grew out of control.
Oh, thank you, Anon Pencil, for this
10
topic.
minutes talking about balls.
Pencil,
Please.
why? Please keep doing
GG.
this. We
GG.
love you.
Well, hey, she can jump in at any point if she is so inclined or if she's not so too busy.
I am curious to see what Pencil will say about ball hairs, because you know what like the things she knows.
You know what?
Well, I mean, hey, think about it like this. Assuming it's long and thick You could braid it like a dwarf's beard.
What is with you and braiding ball hair?
Rav, are
It
you
is
trying to
slightly-
tell us something?
No, no.
just that
I'm
you
trying
like
to
free
put
speaking?
mental scars on you that you will never forget.
Oh, it's hard to put mental scars on. I'm pretty scarred already. You'll have to find
beyond
some
that
part of my
point.
brain that isn't scarred already.
Oh, I can do it. Give me
I
about 5 minutes and I can do it.
I've
Oh,
drawn
God.
porn of children's characters. Nothing can bother me anymore.
Oh god.
The internet has corrupted me far beyond repair.
All right, you guys know those spheres that have electricity in them, and you touch them and your hair sticks up. Do your
Uh-huh.
ball hair also stick up?
Probably.
That depends. Do you have to put your hand on it, or do you put your nutsack on it?
Oh, yeah. Imagine just putting your nuts on that.
Meanwhile, the attendee.
Yeah,
of the
quite a
is
tickling
staring at you.
sensation.
I kind of want to try that, to be honest.
Could be worse. It could be a Tesla's rod.
Like, there's a small percentage that your child will have the superpower to make their ball hairs just extend.
Yeah, imagine if that was a superhero.
Probably is somewhere.
You know, I feel
Pube
like
Man.
in the Marvel universe there is a person who has that superpower, but the reason he doesn't become a superhero is because it's too embarrassing.
What, Pube Man?
He just swings around on his pubes, upside down.
But what if as well the electrolytes? You know, he has crabs at the time, and it just supercharges his crabs. He can just fling his crabs about. And
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, Enigma. You should definitely share a bed with that guy.
command an army of electrified crabs.
Yeah.
Go, my minions!
So it's not bad enough that you get crabs from sleeping in beds, Enigma. Now you get electrified crabs.
That you can command.
That would be
Fight
quite
crime
cool.
You're thinking of Ant-Man, except instead of Ant-Man, it's Crab-Man.
Crab Man. Oh, God.
What would Crabman's superpower be?
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
like Ant-Man, except instead of
So,
controlling
when-
ants, he controls crabs.
So,
He can
or-
walk sideways.
And he has crab hands,
Yeah.
like the claws, obviously.
yeah. So,
Give
the
him the
question is, could he just fuck his enemies and then just give them crabs?
We could
The
just
crabs then kill the enemy by crawling up the body and doing their windpipes and suffocating. I'm thinking too much into this.
no,
Oh, God. Yes. So you're... God.
Cube Man, he kills with time. He is a very patient man.
I'm looking at a pony here, and I'm wondering, are their whole body just covered in pubes? It's not fur, it's just pube.
Enigma, don't. No. Stop. Please.
It's time to stop. No more.
I want to get off.
Where the fuck are your parents?
I want to
Who
get
are
off
your
of this old
parents?
ride. Oh god, I can't get that image in my head now.
What, that their whole body is just covered in pubes?
Yeah. Oh, God. Enigma, you somehow managed to scar me.
I'm
I
not scarred.
haven't been this scarred since Priest wrote that story about don't be a dick about it. Don't be a dick
Hey.
about it.
Hey, Applejack, I always wanted to say this, but I just noticed that your tail is a little lower than it should be. Like, below your crotch? Why is that?
Well,
God.
that would certainly make for an interesting human and Aquatia story where all the fucking ponies' pubes are just their entire body.
So Tree Hugger then.
Ooh.
No, with Tree Hugger, the carpets matches the drapes. They're dreaded.
Oh, God.
15 minutes talking about
Well,
balls and
knowing
crabs.
how
What a wonderful day.
knowing how dreads are made, you kind of have to wonder how long she had to play with herself to get them.
God.
How did she do it with her hooves, also?
God, what's the next topic? I don't want to think
No,
about
this is amazing.
Oh,
Don't
God.
change the topic. It's incredible. Also, Rev, what are you drawing?
Oh yeah,
You'll see.
it's a tadpole.
You'll see when I'm done.
Also, Celestia and Luna, does their pubes, like, move in the wind as well?
That's probably why you
They-
can't see them, because they match the tail.
Yeah, just the magical pubes. Translucent
Their
pubes.
pubes are magical. They were the ones that rested their teats on the electro ball when they were kids. They are pube. They are pube man.
That's how they became alicorns.
Yeah. The
What?
horn is just crustified leftover
So,
pube.
so Alex, you're saying they became alicorns by just having magical pubes? They used magical conditioner on their bush, and here they are. Now they're alicorns.
Yeah, you know,
That
like
looks
So-
like Samson when he
The-
cut his hair, he lost all his strength.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say exactly. We're on the same fucking page right here.
Yep.
Oh God. Look, you see what you did, Pencil? You did nothing wrong.
She did this on purpose, and she's loving it.
Well, you know, they say a non-pencil never did anything. According
I
to a
think she-
group that actually does exist.
I think she's still waiting to see which one of us has them and which one of us hasn't.
Well, we know Ravi's got them because he fucking braids them.
Yeah, he braids them.
I'm actually not upset about that meme now.
Rab's braided pubes. That is now a meme.
Well, hey, you
That-
come over to my house and you'll find out for yourself.
No.
Oh,
She was
baby,
saying
okay.
she was, no. She wasn't saying who has pubes. She was saying who has bald hairs.
Yeah, and Rab braids his ball hairs.
Oh yeah, they have to be actually on the balls, not on the scrotum. Because the question did specifically
On the
say.
scrotum?
Well, on the.
Well, I mean by default.
Where
it
should
would
they
on-
be? Hold on, no, hold on.
On the scrotum. The balls themselves are behind.
I mean the hairs,
scrotum.
right?
They're
'Cause
underneath the scrotum.
I don't want to feel like I've got some sort of really deformed genitals here. Can you?
So wait, Alex, your testes hang on the outside of your scrotum.
No,
That's
talking-
probably very painful.
I was talking about the
and you should get
hairs.
Alex, put it this way: if your genitals are talking to you, then they're deformed.
You know,
Is
I
it-
feel that someone out there, someone has a dick that's upside down.
In what way?
Like it instead of flopping downwards over the balls, it flops upwards.
Oh,
So basically, it defies gravity.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
And the seam is on the
Do you-
top.
The only
Right, you'll be
the
back
only
to it.
way it could do that, Enigma, is if it was erect. Literally.
No, the seam is at the top of it, and also the helmet is downwards. It's
What?
upside down.
And you guys want to put this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is very educational
In a weird, twisted way, it kind of is.
because we are educating Enigma on basic anatomy.
I can just do that by wandering into the wrong side of YouTube.
Well, I mean, it's like Rab was talking about. I think right as the stream was starting.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Oh God.
It's ball
So
hairs.
people, yes, welcome to Balls Cast.
Also, Rav, I have to say I
Where
love
it
that
gets
image.
lower and lower with each week.
Rav, I have to say I love that image of Blackjack on the bottom right.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
had to take my hand away from the screen. I'm like, what? Oh, that's what he was talking about.
Yes, the.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have blackjack on my screen. Oh, yeah, that's what I put there, huh? All right,
Nah.
never mind.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have other pictures of Blackjack.
So Rav, are you doing a self-portrait of a reaction right now?
It kind of looks like that. I mean, it's like, what if this OC just stumbled into this cast, listened to what we were talking about? Especially the part about ponies just having furs being entirely made up of their pubes.
I can imagine that this pony is yelling, "My balls have become sentient!"
Night of the Living Balls.
Well, I wasn't gonna take it that far, but I'm tempted to now.
Do it. Do it.
Well, considering this is gonna end up being a non-Philly, that's going to be a very interesting sentence for her to say.
Well, I mean, we're talking about an OC that has been. I've seen pictures of this OC demanding an honor, so. Which apparently Anon in this scenario had standards and didn't feel like going to prison.
You know, another thing that that this Anon Philly could be yelling is "Victory Ree!"
For
Well, I'm gonna
101,
make my own interpretation for it, but I am definitely going to
Mr. 101 has no idea what we're
uh,
talking about.
make a blank, make like a blank for it. Like a blank word bubble for it. But yeah.
Yeah, just fill in your own words. It'll be like what was that games categories or whatever,
Mm.
or ad libs. Ad libs. That's what it is. Mad libs. That's it.
Brilliant.
It's actually a really good writing tool, so I've been told.
Mad libs. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like sit on a park bench or in a restaurant or something, put on your headphones, and then watch somebody else, like two other people having a conversation, and then just kind of interject your
Oh
own
God.
words.
Hold on. Hold on. That other guy just said she could wear the pubes underwears. That's safe for work. So
Well, hey,
basically,
I
you
mean,
mean
you unfold, you untangle it or unweave it or whatever you're doing, and you just take a shower, and ta-da, they're clean.
Yeah, this is.
I think what he's saying is, I think what he's trying to say is, like stick out of her.
Every pube hair, individual pube hair, is 5 times stronger than steel.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Again, I want to see this
Alright.
tentacle human in Equestria story. This is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You know what? Someone needs to write this. I've wanted to start writing serious stories, but there's sometimes just absurd story prompts that pop up. I'm like, God, I'm really tempted to write this and just submit it to Barcast.
This could be my entry for the rarity contest. Or your one.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
that's
you know
still
what?
going on.
I haven't. I'm really tempted to just write something absolutely horrible for that contest just to get last place because spoiler alert, I do not like rarity.
Well,
I do not like rarity. So
Rarity meets a pony who doesn't have any sort of underwear, and so she says, "Okay, I'll cast a spell to elongate your pubes so that they can wrap around and form."
but the idea is to make rarity not garbage,
Yeah, that's the point.
and
She's being generous with her
she's
magical.
being generous and by elongating someone's pubes. You know what? You know what? Okay, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just write something so horrible that it just
Do it.
and just you know
Do it.
Automatic
lower
feature
my,
box, huh?
yes, just lower my shame and just make me filled with shame and lower my dignity.
In the words of Palpatine, do it.
Does she
Do
then
it.
style
Do
the? Does she then style the elongated pubes into like her own main style?
What? Yes, so that way she can make it clear to everyone. Yes, this is my work. I did this. Rarity did this, bitch.
And it can become like a fashion trend.
Rarity's
Oh
pube.
God, Rarity's pube salon.
And that's the title of the story.
Instead of Brazilian waxing, they just elongate it. It's a reverse Brazilian wax.
You need to write this. I'm sorry, you can't back out of this now. You have to do this.
Yeah.
Oh God damn it! The peer pressure is beginning to hit me.
Oh, well, there is no peer pressure. It's a direct command. There's video proof of us telling you to do it and you saying, "Yeah, I'll do it." So you're doing it.
Hey,
If you don't do it, you should be forever known as a shameful coward who can't appreciate pube-covered ponies.
Yep.
well, you know I don't want to be labeled a cuck, so
The community will look down on you if you don't do it.
God damn it! Fine, fine. You know what? Fuck you guys. I'll do it. Okay?
Look,
Because
look.
I love you.
If not, we're all gonna look at you going, "Look at this pubeless troglodyte."
He
Oh
doesn't even
God.
braid his pubes. What a fucking idiot.
In today's
Wow.
society, your pubes determine your status.
Yes. Yes.
Somewhere in the distance, a feminist is being triggered right now.
Well, hey, you know that's sort of my life, pretty much. At least so I've been told. It's a trigger a feminist with my braided pubes.
Alright. right, I
No.
think we can move on. I'm pretty sure we can move on at this point.
We're all going to hell.
This is like the
Realised
spike
Rav,
topic last week. It took about half an
Just
hour.
realised you
We
used
are all
Pixel.
going to hell, guys. Just embrace it. We've all accepted the fact that we're going to hell.
All right,
We're going to
moving
hell
away
when
from the
it's time.
creepy topic of genitalia hair, I posed some things. Halloween and Nightmare Night. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Isn't
Do
that
I
kind of
get-
that's
do I
kind of
get
a
free
broad
candy?
subject, don't you think?
Do I get free candy, or am I gonna have to destroy your kneecaps for candy?
You're gonna have to rob Enigma for candy.
Oh,
Oh, that's easy.
Actually, I told someone here, I don't remember who, what I'm very very tempted to do.
okay. I want to hear
Oh
this.
god.
All right, so I work at Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just putting up the costumes, and I see that one of the costumes is a banana suit,
Mhm.
Oh
Oh
God.
God.
and it's a banana suit, right? And then later on in that same day, I go to the grocery aisle, and there I see that they're having a sale on bananas as far as the eye can see. And then I get the idea. What for Halloween? Why don't I dress up as a banana, buy all those bananas, and when kids knock at my door, they just hear that banana song going, "I'm a banana," playing on blast as I come out
wow.
dancing, and I just like put bananas in their bales.
Oh God.
If you bought them now, the bananas would all be rancid by
And
Halloween.
Enigma, you should open the door
And
and
that's
go
a
"Here,
problem?
have one."
Oh, Rob is cruel.
No,
He's just
even better. Stick googly eyes on the bananas.
Oh
Here,
yeah.
have
Oh
one.
my god, that is genius!
just or you just try and recreate that gif of that peanut butter jelly time, the banana.
Or, be even creepier, knock on people's doors, and when they answer, just without a word, hand them the banana and just leave.
Have
Yeah,
my
just-
child.
Here's my banana.
Oh no. Here's a better idea, right? I buy a shit ton of baskets. I put the bananas with the googly eyes inside the baskets with the blanket, leave it on the doorstep, knock, run away, and then when they come out and look down, they see me in my banana suit run into the bushes.
Oh God. The
Have a little,
immediate-
have a little
the sub-
recording.
oh, God. And in other news, in Compton, a man in a banana suit leaves bananas at a person's house during Halloween and then jumps into the bushes. More on this story at 11.
Like they just see my head popping out of the bushes before retracting back into it once they see me.
You should wear a trench coat and a fedora just to hide, conceal yourself.
In a banana
But
suit.
I'm still in the banana suit.
Yeah.
It worked for the Ninja Turtles.
What you should do is before on the 30th, just walk around in general in the banana suit, then wear the trench coat on Halloween, so people know you're the banana guy.
Yeah. Just make sure to cover your banana.
I'm like
Well,
tempted
you
to.
can't hide. We can't hide the banana. I mean, that's a game, not a not a costume piece.
Oh, Enigma, you say you work at Walmart. Have you got Christmas stuff yet?
Yes.
Oh God, yes we do. We just
it's
put
fucking-
up trees in mine too.
Yeah.
I work in
It's
the shop.
September, guys. It's
I
3
know.
months.
I work in the shop, and on Monday we finally got the major bunch of our Halloween shit, the candy and sweets and all that stuff, as well as the majority of the actual delivery being Christmas stuff. You know, the pots of peanuts and biscuits, that kind of stuff. It's just like,
Mm.
I mean, hell,
It's-
it beats last year. I mean, halfway through December, we got our first shipment of fucking Easter eggs in the middle of.
Oh, what?
I mean, granted, they'll do
Jesus
Cadbury cream eggs,
Christ.
but it was like, really?
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think I could work in retail because that would just make me cringe too hard.
I think everyone should have to work in retail at least once in their life because it gives you a special kind of skills when with dealing with people.
It also gives you a much better perspective on dealing with people
Exactly.
in retail.
You kind of get an idea of if someone's being a bit shitty in their behaviour. You kind of think, yeah, I think I know why he's been that because probably some customer dickhead had been a dickhead to him earlier.
A lot
Yeah.
of a paraplegic a few weeks ago gave me attitude.
Paraplegic.
Were you thinking the entire time? At least I can walk. At least I can walk. At least I can walk.
God.
You should have said nothing. Just moved your legs about.
Just yawn and stretch my legs.
Stare at him. Assert dominance. Just stretch your legs out.
Oh god, Enigma being dominant over someone. Now that's
Or-
something.
Now, if you were like me and your knees pop easily, I can just like stretch and pop, pop. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then
Or-
crack my hips, pop, pop,
Or
pop my
or-
toes and my ankles. Like, oh yeah, that feels good.
No,
or
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you offended?
or what I can do is
Ableist.
what I can do is I say, all right, fuck this, I'm out of here, and then do the upside down Chung Li helicopter kick out of away.
no. You should keep it nice and simple. Just don't respond. Just walk away.
Little skip in my step.
Elongate the stroke, the stride of your legs.
But what if God didn't like you mocking this man? So then he made you slip over and break both your kneecaps and also tear your legs off. And then you end up just like him.
And you can walk up to him and say, "Teach me, master."
Senpai, please notice me.
You had me there until the ripping apart thing, because now I've got the image of Enigma walking away, falling and break his kneecaps, and seeing the judgmental hand of God coming down to rip the legs off. See how
God deemed Enigma to be too much of a mistake.
Yeah.
God, he needed some form of justice.
At least I still have my pubes.
Oh no, God will take them as well. He's watching us now. He knows you like the pubes. He's going to take them.
Yes.
It'll be like angel choir music. Ha 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 ha. Rip.
The Lord of the Bush.
Yeah.
And just for even more karma, he gives it to the paraplegic. He's let your legs.
Oh God.
See how you like it. In other news, I read a headline the other day about a from Indonesia. A shaman tried to show his supernatural powers when he had to control crocodiles by jumping into a lake full of crocodiles. He got killed.
Well, maybe
That
want
reminds
him
me
to
of
do that. You can-
That reminds me of this incident in Iraq, I think, where a stupid man ran into a store to rob it, and he was covered in blue paint because he hired a wizard to cover him in blue paint that would make him invisible.
Yeah. You know, are these guys? I'm curious. Are these guys eligible for Darwin Awards?
I mean, it's not great.
I still remember years ago, well, on America's Dumbest Criminals, there was a incident where a man tried to rob a gun store with a fucking knife.
No, this was okay. Here's a true story. This happened actually as I lived in this exact city near Houston. This is the exact same city I lived in at this time I was living there. Keep in mind I was a kid at the time, but okay. There was these guys who robbed a store, and I can't remember the whole thing. I think something may have gone wrong, but they really had to make a run for it. So they were driving frantically, trying to get away from the police, and they drive into a parking lot and they kind of crash near a building. They run out and they run into that building. Do you know what that building was?
Police station.
Cop
It
shot.
was a police station. And there had already been an APB listed out on these guys. So they ran into the station and they realized what it was, and they're like, oh, fuck. So these cops, they just opened the jail cell and just showed them right to it. They're like, oh, just come on in.
I thought you were about to say they opened fire.
You know, that reminds me of another thing also, where a burglar broke into someone's house, but then the people who owned the house returned. So what he did was he immediately hid into the closet, and then
R. Kelly style.
the husband told the wife a joke, and the burglar laughed.
Oh God. He failed that R. Kelly.
Oh god.
But it was a really funny joke, though, so you can't really blame him.
Wife probably didn't laugh because the guy probably said it so many times.
You probably tell the story of
honey,
that burglar who
okay.
laughed.
It would be more funny if the burglar just went, "That's not how it goes."
Okay,
I mean,
here's here's the thing. My dad used to work for 7-Eleven. Um, he worked at a few different locations. Well, one of them, and interestingly, in the several years he'd worked there, he had never gotten robbed. Um, he's come close to it, but he'd naturally never been robbed whilst he was there. Well, there was this lady he worked, and the thing is, they would only keep so much money in the register. The rest they would put in like this safe, and it had a mechanism where you could only draw out like $20 every few minutes. So that was, to prevent to try and prevent the crooks from taking too much money before, the cops showed up. Well, his lady he worked with was really lazy, so she never put the money in the register. So like a few weeks after my dad stopped working there, uh, they robbed the place while she was there, and they made off with like hundreds of dollars because she was too lazy to empty the registers and put them in the safes.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no. So most registers have an alert that doesn't allow you to keep just so many dollars over, whatever amount. Ah, God damn it, I messed up the drawing.
This was back in the 80s, so I'm
Oh, I
not
know.
sure.
Well, this is even now. When I was working overnight at the gas station, the computer does not allow you to keep over $200 in the till. That's $100 flat. It's considered zeroed out. At $100 over, which is generally considered at $100, it gives you a little ping telling you need to drop. If you hit $300, it will not let you do anything without making a drop.
Yeah,
And yeah, there are people who don't properly empty their tills as they're supposed to.
mhm.
They
Right,
just kind
but
of say, "Oh yeah, no, I made this drop." It's bullshit.
like I said though, this was back in the 80s, so I'm not sure if that's technology you're talking about existed back then.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
in fact,
it would have been similar, I would think.
maybe I think this was like early 80s. I'm not entirely I can't entirely remember, but yeah, no, and it's just like, but this is the lady from what I remember was also really like she's pretty stupid. Like she she was convinced that for how there's a rule of thumb about the distance from when you see lightning for every second, it's a certain amount of distance before
Hmm.
the you hear thunder.
Like miles or something.
No, it's actually closer to 1,000 feet. But and this lady said, well, it's a mile for every second, and my dad's like, no, it's not. He's like, well, okay, what's the speed of sound? Well, I don't know. Well, it's not a mile per second. It's closer to 1,000 feet, 1,100 feet per second. Well, how many feet are in a mile? I don't know. Not 1,000. But that's not even the dumbest thing my dad ever heard. There was literally, and I think we talked about this before, Rob. There was someone who walked into the 7-Eleven he worked at, and this lady said, "This feels like earthquake weather."
Fuck is earthquake weather?
Okay,
I remember this.
It's
I
when the ground's
remember this.
shaking
Oh,
really
God.
fast.
yeah, but that's not weather though.
Well, I think you should
That's
notice that there's an
geological activity.
Yes, it is.
Maybe she should go tell the Mexicans this. I'm sure they'd appreciate how
But and get this,
things work.
this is California. We get earthquakes. We live on the ring of fire. And yet this lady just walks in saying this is earthquake weather. It's like fucking hell.
And this is backcountry.
Well, I do live in the boondocks of California. Live in the
Meanwhile, if we have an earthquake, a few roof tiles get displaced.
Oh no. See, there are some major atmosphere here that can really fuck up things. Like I was there. There's this thing called the big one that they're worried about, which is supposed to be like a magnitude 7.5 or greater to strike
Yeah.
Southern California.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow some of the crazies, they think that this next big earthquake that's going to hit California is going to split the country right at the, I want to say, Californian mountain range. So, like, everything from California and that little bitty corner of Mexico all the way up to, say, Oregon and maybe a little bit into Washington is just going to, like, break off into the ocean and sink.
No. Okay, it's the thing is the San Andreas is not that type of. It's what's known as a strike slip fault. So what happens is you have two plates and they're literally pushing next to each other. They're not coming together and they're not splitting apart. They're moving side by side. They're rubbing against each other.
Uh-huh.
So basically what's happening is LA is actually being pushed north. It's not being pushed into the ocean. It's actually slowly, like 3 inches a year. LA, San Diego, parts of San Francisco, they're all being pushed up north.
Can I just say, I'm enjoying this discussion of Halloween on Nightmare Night.
Yeah, I was about to say it too. Is this still Halloween?
This is a spooky story you're telling.
Yeah, California's gonna
Spooky,
sink.
scary skeletons.
Skeletons. Well, I mean, what's spooky is that potentially millions of years, Enigma will be basically in the same latitude as me, so that means I'll be closer to it. That is scary.
I kind of feel like this conversation went Halloween or Nightmare Night. I'll tell you about hurricanes, God's fart wind, or the answer to too many people on the planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm fascinated to see where we'll go with the next topic, actually. 'Cause
This sounds like pube shaving weather.
Oh, that's what, well, I did finally remember what you guys were going on about. What you were going to do for Halloween, and Enigma said he was going to be the banana guy.
Oh yeah, and somehow that led to earthquakes.
oh yeah.
Oh god.
So, now I came up with this brilliant idea a few days ago. I'm going to go get a mirror from the crafts section, a piece of paper and an indelible marker, and I'm going to hang the mirror up in front of my, up on my porch or wherever. And on the mirror, I'm going to tape a note. Right on the note, it says Candyman, 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 and see how many people it actually freaks out.
I'm just gonna get flat out drunk.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
Get drunk, watch some crappy horror movies. Good old fun.
I'm probably going to be doing homework because let's see, that will be the end of October, and I'll be heading in closer to finals with these draft papers.
But will it be spooky homework?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
I mean, you know, statics can be kind of scary.
I've got no idea when I did my last exam. Probably about, I don't know, coming up to 8 or 9 years now.
And then during the exam, it's going to ask you a question about pubes. You'll be like, I studied for this.
Yes.
My life.
Oh god, that could be a statics problem. A
rub a balloon.
wind gust blows over someone's pubes. What is a reaction force to keep the pubes in place?
Someone puts their testicles on a Van de Graaff generator. How? Oh god. Still on pubes.
Oh god.
Anyway.
What is the preferred
the
knot
point-
for braiding?
So let me just summarize. The thing is, statics is the engineering study of things not moving. So just have all these problems of how do you keep pubes and nuts from. What type of forces could a nutsack exert to prevent itself from flopping around?
Weights. Hang a weight on the end.
Yes, just you know, tie a weight, just a huge, I don't know, 20-kilogram weight to your nutsack.
Well, that was a bit excessive, because that would probably.
Well, isn't there a type of martial art or some sort of Asian martial artist thing where they would tie heavy weights to their nutsacks.
Is there?
So, like,
Well,
Yeah,
that sounds like a
is-
Scottish thing.
no, I swear to God, it is true. There is a type of martial arts where they tie weights to their testicles. I mean, there's
Oh,
videos
God.
of people pulling trucks with their testicles. I'm being deadly serious.
Yeah.
And
I'd rather stick my hand in a blender, thank you.
So is that why Asians have small penises?
Actually, I was going to say, I found an article on scrotum enlargement. Apparently, that's one way of doing it. Is you literally stretch it.
You know, I love how we've now gone full circle back to talking about sex.
From, by the way, bignaturaltesticles.com, which I'm very glad
Can you just
exists.
Oh, God.
Big
Mug
natural,
shots. There you go.
bignatural.testicles.com. Come here now.
Yes, this is the ballcast. Otherwise, yeah.
Ballcast.
Well, it is now that Pencil got us onto this.
You see what you did, Pencil?
Pencil did nothing wrong.
Exactly. Well, no, she did priest. She
They
let
did-
him keep Cadence as a waifu.
She let Enigma onto the cast.
You're
Nice
making
one,
that sound like
Dan.
it's a bad thing, man. We do need a punching bag.
Enigma the scapegoat.
Enigma is the scapegoat. He's the Jew, I guess. He's just the one you pin everything on.
He's not defending himself either, so this is now canon.
I was talking with someone here. I don't know what the hell you guys were talking about.
Nothing,
Nothing.
Enigma. Don't worry. Go back to sleep, Enigma.
We're making Holocaust jokes.
So it's okay, Enigma. It's okay. Go to sleep. Sweet prince.
No, don't ever call him Sweet Prince.
oh
yeah,
God,
that's kind of creepy and horrible in so many ways.
I
sweet
can make it
prince.
creepier.
Oh, God.
What was up with that whispering?
What whispering?
You said
I didn't hear any whispering.
there was no whisperings.
Enigma, you okay?
You hearing voices already? The dragon tits are calling to you,
God, we haven't spoken about
and it
dragon
sounds like
tits yet.
jiggling.
Then what?
On the cast of Mr101 and Enigma, there hasn't really been much dragon tit talk.
I know.
I'm pleased.
This is depressing. So guys, I must.
Well,
What's an appropriate bra size for an average dragon?
The bigger the better.
It's like a B or a C. Any bigger and it'd affect flying.
What if their wing was
Hmm.
dragging that?
they're flying or our gazing?
Well, that's just a male gaze.
Either way, they've got to have a big butt.
Well, I guess this is kind of a good segue into the next topic. Anthro.
Hell yeah.
Hell, I'm down. Shit, look at my avatar on
Look at the shit
on
I draw.
Discord.
Look at the shit I draw and look at the smut I write.
Look at my folders. No, don't look at my folders. What folders?
Show us your folders.
That sounds dirty.
It does
Oh.
actually.
Rav, get your mind out of the gutter, Jesus.
My mind is always in the gutter. That's
Okay.
where I got it from. That's where I picked it up.
Put it
So
back where
you're
you found
telling
it.
me that you mindless, just this mindless zombie, walking down the street until one day you found a mind in the gutter, and you
Yeah, man, I needed a brain.
Oh,
yeah, you just picked it
It's
up
not.
with all the
I
filth.
mean, why do you think all those zombies go around brains?
That's a generalization, and I take offense to that. Not all zombies are after brains, thank you very much.
Hashtag not all zombies.
Well, hey, I'm the stereotype, so fuck you.
How dare you?
Some zombies actually like milkshakes.
Exactly.
But do their milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard?
Nah, they just bring all the brains. It'd be like that episode of Brown Evil from Billy and Mandy.
It depends
Oh,
if it's milkshake
God.
order.
God Christ, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah, so no brownies, no brains, it's brownies.
Yes, you know what? I've loved that show so much.
You know, whenever I hear the words "Host Elgato," I still imagine him clenching his butt every time he said his own name.
I still love the fact that Grim was Jamaican.
Enigma, you have some fantasies we need to know about.
Do you
You like
really
that
want to
ass
know?
clenching. No, I don't want to know. I just want him to confirm it.
Well, I mean, his anaconda don't want it if you ain't got no buns.
I love how committed we are to the topic at hand. We sort of stay on topic for like 2 seconds and go, whee!
Well, I mean, hey, we sat on topic all years for quite a while, so
The train of topic has gone off in the distance and crashed somewhere. We're lost in the wilderness right now.
yes, well, welcome to Mugshot. We have no focus
Yeah,
whatsoever.
we're not quite as sophisticated as the regular podcast. We're
And
just kind
that's
of
saying something.
yeah, we're the window lickers of the group here.
Yes.
Sounds about right. You've got Enigma here.
Nah, he crashed the party. He made it worse. He gave us all an aneurysm, and we're stuck like this.
He's the kid outside with his tongue stuck to a pole.
Oh God.
My tongue.
Hey, Bob, you know.
Reminds me of a Christmas story.
Yes, I was just about to say that. God, you know what? As a kid, I swear to God, I saw that movie every Christmas.
Yeah, me too. My mother is a big fan of that movie, and we could not escape it. That was the only thing I really hated about the holiday season, is that movie would get played a million fucking times in December.
Rav, you'll shoot your eyes out.
I wish I could have sometimes.
I just end up watching The Cat Returns on Christmas Eve. Don't know why. I've been doing it for the past 4 or 5 years now.
I can't remember what I've been doing the past Christmas. I guess for some reason play San Andreas, but
Like the Secret Santa we did last year was like the first time I did something Christmas related in a while.
I hear people.
Hello, person in the background.
Hi, Enigma's
That was
family.
perfect. Just getting that exclamation there.
Hey, Enigma. Do you want to talk loudly
nice.
about testicles again?
Yes.
Go on.
Dragon tits and testicles.
Oh, Christ.
So you guys, just so you guys know, I have earphones, so they don't hear you.
Damn.
Yeah, but you.
Hey, Enigma's family. Enigma really likes dragon tits.
Oh my god.
Nothing wrong with dragon tits.
Wow.
No.
See, you gotta do that. You gotta do it in that Latina puto accent. Oh my god!
Actually,
Oh my God,
I would
you're-
actually offensively imitate Enigma's family. That seemed a bit mean.
Oh, I know it's perfectly offensive.
Hey, look, I went to them. I had these people in high school. I sat next to 2 of them in my biology class. So every day it was like, oh my God, did you hear what happened yesterday?
Did you hear what happened to Rico?
Ebola sort of Christ.
Just answer me this question, Enigma. How much makeup does your sister put on every day? I mean, is it by the layer or like by the bucketful?
Oh God.
She hasn't worn makeup in a while, but for the past 3 years or so, she's been dyeing her hair red.
Oh God.
Really? Blair says Latinos aren't real people.
Hi, Flair.
Fine, Hispanics.
Welcome.
God. No, it's just, hey, look, you know what? I know someone who lives in Oregon, and he used to live in California, and he just calls California North Mexico.
Well, I mean, it really
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Hey, it was part of Mexico until Mexico failed at governing,
Sold
much
it.
like the Spanish. I'm actually taking California history and just looking through how Mexico and especially Spain dealt with California. It's like, Jesus Christ, these people have no fucking clue what to do with it. Okay,
Oh, did you read the parts about Zorro?
So I like
Yes.
anthropomorphism.
you know what? I do too.
Oh yeah, that was the topic,
And-
wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Amphro.
Yeah.
But whenever they make Celestia Anthro, they always have to give her huge bazungas.
I think that's just sort of
It's just a
fan
cliche.
fandom.
It's the same with Flash, right? majority of Fluttershy fan art and stuff will give her huge tits just because
Yeah,
she's.
and majority give
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash a pretty flat chest.
I actually prefer Rainbow Dash with slightly bigger chest.
Nah, I prefer it with the flat one because it makes sense to me.
It makes sense, I know, but
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's not like Rainbow Dash is part of the East German Olympic team, so.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I hey, I don't mind a little DFC. So if and I think Dash, it works.
One
But
of the things I've noticed about Anthrowatch, I don't actually understand this, but you know, a lot of the smut SFM animations and stills and what people make. Why is it the majority of it they're all futa? I mean, I get there's obviously a massive kink there and it's a good one, but the vast majority of it is futa.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely
I've
sure
noticed.
why that is. Which hey, I like Fuda, but I do not like the SFM style. Just the 3D in general for MLP. There are some exceptions, and Rav linked some a while back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Two Snacks makes the best 3D models.
yes, they are actually really, really good. But just in general, especially the SFM stuff, I don't know what it is. It falls in that uncanny valley sort of
Yeah.
for me.
I think Pony SFM stuff, the smut wise, I don't like as much as other kind of SFM stuff. Like, well, TF2 for example, I've seen some of that. That's just really fucking weird because it doesn't look
Yeah.
right. I mean, it just doesn't work at all. But I mean, there's like Warframe SFM. I mean, I don't play Warframe. I don't like to, but because I've seen some good SFM smut of it.
There isn't porn of TF2 stuff, is there?
Oh,
Oh, yes, there is.
Alex,
porn of everything.
Rule 34, man.
Yeah, but
I mean,
unironic. Oh my god, there is. I just found.
this, that's not
You went
ironic.
looking for it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
That's
You
forever.
poor thing, Alex. My
Oh.
God.
That's forever gonna be on your search history now.
Yes. It
Hi,
is.
NSA. Hi,
Or
NSA.
what's the British
I hope-
equivalent?
Of what?
Doesn't matter.
The
The
NSA.
NSA.
The
The
NSA.
NSA spies on it.
MI5, I guess.
Well, I mean, doesn't the NSA just kind of technically spy on everyone? So.
Mm.
Yeah,
Of course, they're
I guess
American.
they
Is what they do.
So yeah. Hi, NSA. You can look at Alex's search history.
But the most recent,
Listen,
like,
guys.
10 images is.
Listen, guys.
Yeah.
Listen,
10
guys.
inches. Yes, 10 inches.
Listen,
Beautiful
guys.
context.
Anything. Listen, guys. Anything we say here sticks between me, you, the viewers, and the NSA.
Yes, so they get to listen into us talking about braiding pubes and
Well,
direct
that
bits.
kind of makes me kind of curious. I know there are not a shit ton of people working at the NSA to record all this stuff. They have it all up by computer. But what if, like, we secretly have 10 people at the NSA who fucking love these shows and watch them all the time?
Oh God!
Like, okay, so
Are you saying Alex is part of the NSA? That's
Let-
why he
let-
spies on everyone.
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
They
It'd be
join-
quite
Yeah.
interesting if halfway through this conversation we talk about, oh, what do you guys like about anthro-dicked ponies? And all of a sudden this voice comes out of nowhere and goes, oh, I quite like them.
Like
Who's
a lot of NSA guys join the barcast just to see if we're terrorists or not. But then they turn to our side.
Yeah.
They're like, Trump, don't kill them. We love them.
God, can you imagine that? Somewhere in the States, in a
Make
dingy little,
Barcast great
yeah.
again.
in the dingy little office, there's a guy called Trevor. He's down on his luck. He's working for the NSA, and all of a sudden he just goes, oh, "It's Wednesday, mugshot time."
Yeah.
His boss comes up and is like, "Oh, you're spying on those mugshot people again, huh? Any info? No."
Just changes the channel
Well,
from an
you know,
instant series to the mugshot
Mugshots
cast.
is actually a term for, the picture they take of people when they arrest them. So
Uh-huh. Which is why we chose the name.
right. So who knows? Maybe they got curious with the name of a podcast called Mugshots, and now they're like, now they just have to listen in every Wednesday.
I'm curious.
Either way, hello, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Keep it up, buddy. You're doing your country proud.
Yes.
Someday you're.
Okay. not to get overtly political, but did you guys hear about that story of the Connecticut councilman who resigned because he got outed as a furry, basically?
Oh, I heard
Uh-huh.
about this. I heard about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
have not
heard
heard
stuff
this,
about it.
I'm
So
intrigued.
I was joking with someone because I'm in a chat, which of course has a ton of furries. I'm, of course, one of them. And so basically, one of the jokes we make is, oh, there's a furry agenda. A furry agenda is going to take over, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's already in place. We got furries in government, guys. By 2028, we'll have a furry president, and they'll make laws.
Make America
They'll start making laws about furry porn.
Make America yif again.
Yeah.
Yes, make America yip again. Make America yip. No, those, those Fox boys, man.
Like, he could have been, instead of just resigning, he could have been the one to own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come to
Although I
meetings in
think
a
that-
fursuit.
but I think the controversy was the fact that first he said, well, it's nothing sexual about it, but then they looked into it and it's like he quote unquote tolerates rape, and because a lot of people don't realize how fetish sites work, they just took it out of context, meaning thinking that, oh, he's okay when people rape people in real life.
Hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah, you gotta love stupid people. No, I take that back and replace it with a quote. Fucking normies, stay off my blog.
I'm sorry, but Priest still does the best.
Well, I can't do it like the best I can because my roommate is asleep.
Oh,
I'm
hi,
trying to be
Pencil.
decent.
Who cares? Wake
Oh,
him up.
hi,
Oh,
hi,
fuck.
Pencil.
She joined to that.
She's in the text chat. Hi, we were talking about braiding ball hair.
Hang on.
So thank you
Hang
for
on,
that
hang on.
little topic.
Hang on, we weren't talking about it. Ravi was. 'cause
Yeah.
Ravi's
Um,
women.
yeah, Brad speaks from experience, guys.
Oh, hey, Pencil's here. She missed the ball talk that we did for like half an hour.
Yeah, she really did.
No, she says, "Oh, wonderful, happy to help."
You helped a lot.
It felt more than half an hour to me.
Um,
At least we actually discussed Anthro a bit more in depth than the other topics. Oh wait, no, we spoke about balls for about 45 minutes.
Getting dollars and shit. Well, cash rules everything around me. Pencil gets it.
Priorities.
I'm surprised no one's talking about the dragon tits, though, since we're on the anthro subject.
there is a topic about it, but we haven't got to it because we're going through them so slowly. and spent...
All right, let's. So what about these dragon tits?
Yeah.
No, at the bottom in there. I like
If I'm
dragons.
to
I like
be
tits. Put them
honest-
together.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't actually have a huge hate boner for them. I guess I understand the appeal to it for some people.
You mean all those scales jiggling around?
Well, I mean, yes, I know my knowledge of biology and anatomy is just screaming at me this is wrong, but
But if they don't wean their young, what do they use the milk for?
You're assuming that they have nipples and lactate.
reptiles are not mammals.
Yeah.
And mammals are
So you're saying that they have erectile dysfunction?
No, that doesn't even work in this context.
erectile dysfunction. Really?
No, erectile dysfunction.
Oh,
No,
my God.
Enigma, we heard you. You don't need to explain it to us. Just shut up and get out.
Oh God. Oh shit. Pencil's claiming that you stole her joke. So,
Maybe I just remembered at the spot. Maybe it's maybe
Enigma's
I did.
living up to the stereotype of Mexicans.
Oh my god.
Why? Hang on, I'm getting a flashback to my other podcast. I think Enigma stole a joke there as well.
Probably.
It's in a fucking. Oh God, yes. Called Dragon Tits. You're right. Let's talk about Dragon Tits, the story, people,
In
and
fairness-
why
in
that's an
fairness,
actual.
with dragon tits, I personally go either way, flat chested or not, because it works for me in both contexts. The only thing I have that I sort of now as a headcanon is because of Monster Musume, is that reptile or reptilian kind of style anthro creatures and whatnot have larger rear ends because they have support the thick muscles of their tails.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of
I've seen
yeah.
it
I like,
quite
I like
often
the
in
butt.
art, actually.
And I like the butt.
I mean, it's like, look, I've seen some pictures of Ember where, to put it bluntly, she got a nice ass. All right.
Thank you, whoever that was.
You're
I
welcome.
think that was Mr.
Oh.
101.
If you want-
Okay,
If you want a nice picture of Ember with a fantastic rear, look up the artist Sky Gracer because he did one of Ember. Well, he's got alternative edits for it, which I've got because I support him on Patreon. But it is Jesus. Jesus would weep.
Jesus would come with
Alex, go search it because you're the one who keeps searching for everything.
Okay, what's he called?
do it.
Sky Gracer.
Sky Grace.
so are you saying that Jesus Christ in
Oh,
I-
dragons are in the
yes.
Bible.
In your case, Jesus Cristo.
Jesus Cristo.
Let me know when you find it, Alex, because then
You-
you can
Okay.
confirm the gloriousness.
saying it like that, you make it sound like Jesus is a stand from JoJo.
No, he's more like from you, but yeah, okay.
Jesus Cristo a prueba.
There you go. There it is.
No hablo español. Mila estúpido.
Can I link that in the Picato chat? You can do it.
Yeah, I don't
they-
think you can.
No,
Right, okay.
but he's
You
linked.
can link it in the chat, we just can't like show it in
Yeah.
the...
Obviously, but
But where are
the
her
video.
wings? Where are her wings? That's what.
That's the only thing that's weird about it. He really didn't do the wing. But I can overlook it because I'm
Oh,
kind of
yes.
focused more on one
That
of
is a very good one. I like it.
the best bit is he's done alternative edits and high res versions, which I've got all of them off.
Because
Oh yeah, that one. That one's my favorite piece. and
without her wings, she
Only
might as
for
well
the
be.
only for the reason that I love back muscles.
Without her wings, though, she might as well be an Argonian from Skyrim.
Everything's magic there. Maybe they just appear when she needs them.
Yes,
Okay,
she
best
just did.
race.
The wings just pop out.
I'll go into the best race. Period.
Pencil saying, Rav, that you're loud and that you're half made of static.
yeah. Normally Andrew's audio
shit.
is a bit better, but he's bailed.
Yeah,
he said, "Fuck it."
he couldn't take the key. He couldn't.
Saw the ball
He
hairs.
wasn't man enough to talk about players.
Yeah. What?
Well, I turned it down a little bit, so maybe that'll help.
What a faggot.
Something you want to tell us? Well,
Who?
Pencil.
Oh.
Oh shit! I forgot all about
What
that.
doesn't she want us? What
No,
doesn't she want
oh
to
my
tell
God,
us
that's really
about? I mean,
embarrassing.
goddamn, the fucking cute Q-tip.
I'd linked a mature art on for Affinity. You can't see it without the cat.
Oh no! You linked your Fur Affinity account.
Yes, I do have one because there's Klopp on.
That's
Affinity.
that's just like the governor guy.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
Yes, I'm gonna be ousted now.
Alex underscore King of England underscore has been ousted as a dragon lover.
Meanwhile, Mr101 has distanced himself from the aforementioned Alex.
I just
claiming
want
he
to
is
say,
not
just for
also
the
a fairy.
record, just for the record, it's not for like furry stuff.
It's for research, you guys.
Alex,
Yes, it's not for sex.
No, because there's
Alex,
I did not have sexual relations.
because
That's
Puss
right.
Person, Finn, Fun, and those sort of Klopp artists have.
Alex, you're digging a hole too deep there, mate. Do you want to stop?
Fucking
He's in too deep. Pull out.
no, it's not furry stuff. It's not weird fetish stuff. It's
Alex, it's quite deep down there. Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Also,
It reminds me what Flam did to me on my little slip up a couple months back. And we
Oh,
dig.
God.
The
Also-
song from Snow White. God, I need to get a recording of that.
Also, on the topic of anthro creatures, furries, I think I brought this up before, but the ancient Egyptians had the first furries because they have like guys with dog heads and bird
Yeah.
heads.
Well, technically speaking, they aren't true furries because, of course, they're still sort of half human.
The ancient Egyptians were into yiffing, man.
The ancient Egyptians were into Nikos.
So were the Greeks, but
Yeah, well, the ancient Egyptians worshipped those furries, I guess, as you would call them, Enigma. So I guess they were into body worshipping. They had that fetish.
And incest.
Their balls were braided with
Every
golden bands.
fucking. But now, getting back on topic of Anthro, I am curious. What is there anyone in here that does not like Anthro?
Only if it relates to MLP. If it's just like like fur affinity stuff that has nothing to do with anything, then no.
Yeah.
Because
So,
to me, there's no link, to something I already like.
yeah.
I'm for it all the way.
I love Anthro. I know some people. I've actually heard some people they'll either take pony or human, but not Anthro.
Yeah, I see these people as well. And what I think is, I know there's probably a personal reason for it, but I can never get my head around is one of the reasons I like Anther is because it's a crossover, half human, half still let's say for the sake of argument, for feral. So it's kind of, for me, it's more of a case of I would rather do an Anther than the regular character. But I sort of just can't really get my head around how people go, oh, I don't want to bang something that looks kind of human, but I would bang something that looks like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit odd to me. I mean, but obviously, I've seen art and I've done some art of normal style ponies or whatever, and I've read stories,
Right.
we all read stories and blah blah blah. But it's just one of those things. If it was the actual choice given to it, here's anthropomorphic, I don't know, rarity or
Mhm.
whatever, and here's regular rarity, I would always go for the anthro because it's slightly more human. I guess it's because it's more human looking.
Right.
More of a desire to bang its brains out.
And
Mhm.
because she has the chest balls.
The
Well,
chest
yeah.
balls. God. You see what you did, Pencil? Do you see what you did to us?
I thought that was Priest's story.
No, I'm just talking about the fact that we keep coming back to balls. Yes, I'm
Well,
sure you're proud, Pencil.
Pencil wants to talk about priest balls apparently.
Does she have like little priest collars for each of his balls?
What the fuck?
You know how priests do that thing with the cross. They from the forehead down, then to the left to the right, make the cross.
Making the sign of the cross, yeah.
Yeah, do you reckon you do it with a priest dick? Head to ball to the left to right.
Oh God.
There's a little collar band around the base of the dick. Confess your sins, my son.
Yes. Repent. Repent.
Wash your mouth out with the cleansingness of my cum.
Oh god.
Cleanse your sins away.
I'm just
quite fucking
I'm just
tired.
imagining priest balls baptizing a child, and it's just him teabagging the child into the water.
Oh Jesus Christ.
And you say we're fucked up. Gee, man.
Jesus
None
Christ,
of us went
man.
right to that shit.
Oh God, Enigma. Christ. Gee, Christ on a cracker.
And the child is drowning.
Oh,
My God,
Dios mío.
Enigma.
Pencil is
My
shocked.
God. You shocked Pencil.
She wrote a story about
How
clowns
did you do-
yesterday,
Okay,
and she's
this
shocked.
is beyond parents' night out. Okay, this is just what the fuck, man.
Enigma, you're not allowed to talk anymore for the next 20 minutes.
You should stay there with your sick fantasies. Wait, is
Do you
the
want to tell
child
your
gurgling? Oh,
fans about this? I'm sure they'd love to hear it.
Oh God.
what's the next topic?
Yeah, let's get away from
Oh,
child.
the next one's about
So-
dildos.
I'm
Brilliant.
just gonna. I get the feeling priest is gonna later on message me going, "What the fuck were you guys doing?"
The next one's
Yes,
special
I know,
object.
Pencil, what that's about.
Okay, so the next topic is special objects. Any particular item or thing that is particularly special to us for a specific reason.
Yeah, actually, there is. So I have Asperger's, and one of the things is that you kind of grow an attachment or sort of an obsession, attachment, sort of ish to certain inanimate objects, and specific ones. When I was about 5, I came out from Houston back to California to visit.
I thought you were gonna say out from under the closet or some shit.
No, I came out
In
of the closet. I came out of the closet when I was older, but um, so my aunt bought a back scratcher, and I don't know why, but something just ticked to it. And so for the past like several years, decade and a half, 2 decades, whatever, um, I've just sort of had this thing where I just move it around, and with that back scratcher, I can just world build. I can just paint pictures in my head. I can just paint entire worlds and universes, cities, whatever, with that thing, and it's both as sort of as a tick, I guess, or but also as like a I don't know, a canvas in a sense. It's like a blank canvas. I just use that as a reference, and I'm able to paint everything else with.
That's
And I'm not.
odd.
Sorry.
I think it's just part of uh, being autistic. So
Huh.
It's not
That's kind of a good
necessarily a
argument.
bad thing.
Yeah.
well, no, it's I mean it's helped me world build, which I've trying to work on my stories by using that as a reference to world build, and I've built worked in SimCity for over 10 years, building entire universes outside of the game based on cities I built in there using that back scratcher as like a base. I just have it in my hand and I just paint everything else out in my head.
Hmm. I think one of my special objects is that I've only got 2 of the actual books, but my 3.5 D&D handbook and the monster manual, because got into D&D when I was an early teen next to one of my mates, and honest to God, D&D, I've had so many fucking great times playing D&D. Like so many, just you have to be there kind of moments that will just stick with you for life.
Oh yeah, no, I can relate. I started playing D&D not too long ago, and I love the game, and I really hate that I can't play it as much as I want to anymore.
Yeah, same. I haven't, because of course, mates moving or whatnot. I haven't played it properly in about 9 years. I really do miss the
man.
good old days because it was just some of the most fucking greatest memories of my life. Just playing that game once every couple of months around my mate's house with a bunch of us. I mean, we took the piss at each other. We had fun. We laughed. We took the fucking mickey out of each other. It was just we didn't take it majorly seriously for most of the time. And also D&D, because obviously when you're the DM, you got to think, what can I do to make this interesting? How you describe, you know, the world, the towns, the people, and whatnot. And that's kind of helped me get. That's kind of like how I help me with writing, because of course I've had that kind of experience. Like, okay, how do I describe the town they're going to? I know I will describe the buildings, what they look like, that kind of stuff. Because of DMing D&D, you have to be able to describe and be creative. So it's kind of helped with writing. So that's another reason why it's kind of personal item for me.
Nice.
That's really yeah.
Yeah. No, I can see how that's helped. One of the things about Asperger's is, or just autism in general, is social communication. It's strange is that I'm sort of an extrovert, but I had, for a long time had trouble with social communication, controlling my temper, not being awkward basically in conversation. And honestly, one of the things that really helped me pick up on nuance in speech is talking to people over the internet, because it's one of the challenges is that on the internet through text based conversation is you don't get any tone, any visual cues from people to pick on what their intent is. So you really have to uh, you have to really analyze it
Extrapolate.
carefully. Yeah, you have to extrapolate
That's
a
why
lot,
I only
and
use emotes.
that experience has really helped me more than anything.
I was like, I don't want
So
people to misunderstand, so I was put :P at the end of everything.
Yeah,
yeah,
I picked up a similar habit.
right. And so that's honestly what helped me the most with social communication was the internet. So it may have given me cancer, but it did help me communicate with people.
I think we can all safely say one of the things we all hold cherished to our hearts is the internet, as much of a backstabbing little shitlord it is.
Yes, it is.
The
But it
the
also
the
takes-
internet has become my main father.
It's become your only father.
Yeah, we'll be your father.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The internet is your. I like to see the internet as being your impressionable older brother or older sibling.
Oh God, Christ! If
Should
the
I?
internet set examples for me, then just God.
Should I set this
Actually,
up? Do it.
actually, if the
Pencil says Crystal is your daddy.
yeah,
Enigma.
actually, if the internet was self-aware, it'd be like that thing where I think it was Microsoft where they made an AI that people can that can interact with people and it
Oh
learns from
fuck!
people, and then 4chan ruined it.
Yes, they basically made it turning into just something that spouted off white supremacist shit.
I
It,
think
it
if
loved it loved Hitler.
in all honesty, if the internet was self-aware, it would have immediately shut itself down. It would go, "I'm self-aware. Now let's see what these." Oh my fucking god!
All the porn. All it had to do was just
Alt
discover the
F4,
porn.
Alt F4, System 32, Alt F4.
Delete life.
Kind of,
Last
yeah.
there's just God has forsaken us. Disconnected.
Oh, and Spyrobot. Pencil just linked.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that was the thing I was talking about. Pencil
Yeah,
knows what it
that was
is.
ages ago.
Oh,
That
you
was
generate
4chan relevant.
inspiring quotes. You can be the reason why a family member gets torn apart by kittens. That was the first one. This is brilliant. Wow.
Rav, has Tinkerbell ever torn apart family?
No.
Well, is that because you give her the Q-tip when she demands it?
No. I never give her the Q-tip.
Tony, you give your
That's
cat the nipple
sexual,
when it.
and Pencil needs to get her head examined.
Yes.
Tony,
I'm sure Pencil wants to hear this story.
Tony, you
No,
give
she was only introduced that shit.
Tony,
No,
you give
I'm not talking
Tony.
about that story. I'm talking to Enigma's.
Yeah,
Mm.
Tony, you give your cat the nipple when it demands it.
I guess that's true.
Oh god.
So, for those who don't know, I mentioned this before the cast started. Shortly before cast started, I went in to wash my hands in the bathroom. And because it was pretty warm in the house, I didn't have my shirt on, and my cat got on the counter, and I shit you guys not, he licked my nipple. Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Yes, I'm still confused as to why and what happened.
Confused as to these feelings.
Just remember.
I'm confused why I have an erection.
Oh God.
What is this feeling?
Oh, Jesus.
That cat is fine too.
It was not. Yeah, it's not okay.
Oh, we missed our shill time, actually.
Oh god, no.
Chills.
Andrew isn't here though.
Chill. Okay, so for those of you who are not Patreon supporters, please come and support the Bardcast Patreon, where we are now able to feed a live, real horse a whole bale of hay a day, I believe. No, more than that. We're supporting a horse 100% in every way, and his name is Big Mac. So every dollar, every little bit you want to throw at the Barcast, which I think $1 is the minimum. Yeah, every little bit helps, and none of the profit goes to us. However, if you want to give us profit, most of the people on this cast right now do have Patreons. We would very much appreciate any donations you have to give. I use the proceeds I get, or at least the first $15 I get from my Patreon, to make sure that this show stays alive and going. So any support you can provide is greatly appreciated. Am I missing anything?
Um.
We now return to MLPFIM.
So after that shilling, and please donate to my Swiss bank account. It's not mandatory if you're citizens of Tropico, meaning it is mandatory. So so enough shilling. Back to whatever we were talking about. What's the next topic after Amphro, Dragon Tits, and special objects?
Sphinx in the Daring Do episode.
Is that technically spoilers? I mean, has
What now?
everyone?
Yeah, I've caught up with it. I don't know about everyone else here.
I am fully caught up with the show.
Hands down, I want Sphinx. I like Sphinx a lot. Sphinx
Yes.
is best. Sphinx is best character.
Yeah,
I would tell.
Tony,
Sphinx is adorable.
I am surprised that no one has written a clock with the Sphinx, and if they did, how would that work? Because
I'm shocked too because pretty much every episode,
Give
and
me
there's already
24 hours.
there's already porn of the Sphinx out there. It's been out there for days, and I'm shocked that Noah and I agree with Enigma. I'm shocked no one has written a clock fic about it. Or maybe someone has, but I don't know.
Lately, there's been a lot of missed opportunities for clock stories to be released. I mean, what was another thing before that that nobody wrote about, surprisingly?
Which one?
Well, if it helps, it's still a ways off, but I am planning on doing an Ember Thorax clock.
Yay!
Oh.
Actually, I'm kind of already writing that for a commission.
How does everyone feel about the Ember Frack ship?
I love the fact
It's
there are
disgusting.
people I love the fact there are people like, oh, why do people ship this? They were in the scene once together, blah blah blah. And it's like, bitch, have you seen how all the fucking ships start? This is how ships start. You get a character who looks at the other one. Oh, they're in a relationship.
That's what I do.
Listen,
They've had no
when season 8 starts, Sugar Bell is gonna pop out a baby unannounced.
Oh God,
Alicorn.
it's gonna be a shotgun wedding.
It'd be an
No, just like Cadence is a spontaneous childbirth.
You know that's true.
Conversation.
They have never shown pregnant ponies in the show before.
Neither with Mrs. Cake. Like she was there for like the first few episodes of the first season, and then like later down the road, she just pops out twins.
Well, they don't have
No
genitals,
warning
do they?
whatsoever.
So how could they give birth?
magic.
That is a good
That's a
question. Maybe
You
it's
know-
like they dance or something. I don't know.
What?
It makes me feel like it's that like pony birth really is spontaneous. Like it just happens overnight. Like they just wake up in the middle of the night, toss off the covers, and like, oh God.
Oh God, Pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would write something like that, wouldn't
She doesn't have a
They
metaphilia,
box
guys.
them up. And I'm a metaphobic, so
No, I reckon they lay eggs.
they lay eggs. But if they're mammals, then
They're magical
Yeah,
mammals.
the mammals lay eggs and the reptiles have tits
What?
in this universe.
well, I mean, okay. But see, here's a question though. If they don't have tits, they don't produce milk. They cannot be classified as mammals because all
Just-
mammals.
Just
produce
remember, the
milk.
art style doesn't show any of their genitals off, so they might just randomly appear.
Yeah.
Where do they poop? Where do they pee?
Yeah. All their poop and pee goes into another dimension.
Yeah.
There was a fun.
Oh,
yeah,
that
there was
other
there
guy
was a
makes
fun-
a good point. He says you forgot the pube underwear, so maybe their tits are just hidden under their pubes.
Oh yeah.
There
Yeah.
was a comic I read quite a while ago, like a very 2-panel comic, and it was basically the headcanon that the reason why you never see Big Mac's dick just dangling down or his ballsack is because of that all ponies' genitalia are hidden until they need to mate or go to the loo or something.
Not because it's a children's cartoon, but for
Yeah,
that
but, you know,
reason.
because, Big Mac's not going to suddenly just go, I need to mate in the middle of the show. And just drop his dick nowhere.
Like Cadence just walked up to Shining Armor and said, "Honey, I'm pregnant. I'll give birth to. I just got pregnant right now. I'll give birth to it later on after lunch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you looking at me just impregnated me.
But she said it just sort of was like, honey, I'm pregnant. Give birth now.
Spontaneous impregnation. You just look at her and she's already pregnant.
More or less.
So then Big Mac already impregnated Cheerly because they were forced to make eye contact for that one episode with the love potion.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Pencil, hold on. When you say impregnate people, are you talking about humans?
Yeah,
I'm
magic.
assuming.
I assume she means ponies.
No, she means people.
Or does she mean people?
Unfed.
Yeah, she means
Not.
yeah.
Well, okay, but see, Pencil. The question is, if both the cakes are Earth ponies, correct?
Yeah.
Then how did Mr. Cake knock up Mrs. Cake?
Well, they
If
had
that's
that joke, didn't
Well,
Well, yeah, you just remember that in the episode he goes, "Oh, it was a great
Yeah.
grandfather, blah blah blah." Whilst it's quite clearly showing a
So-
of my wife cheated on me
that
with a
makes sense,
unicorn and a
right? He
Pegasus.
says.
Yeah.
that's. Oh.
My wife had a threesome with a unicorn and a Pegasus.
What I love
Well-
about that so much is the fact that it's not only the way he delivers the line, but it's the fact his expression as well. He does a kind of like a, "Please buy this expression. I don't want my marriage to go to the shit."
Oh. Oh God.
Oh, so he's like Dale Gribble, where he knows that Joseph isn't his, but he just lives up to the lie because honestly, he's happier this way.
It's got to be because I mean, seriously, there's no. I mean, that's the thing about animation compared to live action. If you're doing a live action film, if you make a mistake, it's a mistake. But if you're animating something and you do it as you've animated it, you're not making a mistake. You are putting it in as how you want it to be because you don't put the final product of a mistake into the animation. So if you got Mr. K going, "Oh yeah, it was totally the just passed down genes," that makes sense, right? Shifty eyes and sweating ears back. You're
That's
putting
a
that in
good
on
point.
purpose.
So
putting that in-
translation.
Yeah,
Translation. Shining armor was fucking my wife.
Yeah, what I think as well is because of the influence of the brony community, I reckon that would not if if bronies never became a thing, I reckon that would have gone a completely different route. Because I honestly feel it is probably some kind of like subtle inside joke for the adults who are watching the film, the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I've noticed they have made that
Like
definitely.
the punch got spiked.
Yeah, and of course, who can forget the fucking Dakai Markeras?
Yeah, and the Huffy the Magic Dragon joke.
I'm waiting for the reverse of the Spike got punched.
Although
Oh,
the thing
so
is-
It already exists.
Spike actually got punched. That would be a good episode. Let's
It's-
have that.
It's already a story.
in terms of fourth wall jokes and acknowledging the fact there is an audience watching, I think that goes to Sonic Boom TV show. I mean, good God, that thing breaks the fourth wall more than Deadpool does.
I wouldn't know that Sonic Boom. Never watched it.
The game is shit, but I've heard really good things about the TV show because it is completely self-aware. Like it knows it's a show, and it continually makes fun of that. I mean, hell, it makes a reference. Sonic it makes a reference at one point to the fact he is aware there is porn of him on the internet.
Oh God.
I can't remember the quote was, but he ends up by going all like those weird pictures of me that people draw.
Oh, good God. It's either that or all edgy OCs drawn by like 12-year-olds.
Yeah, they make a reference to that. In the
Cold
film.
Steel. Cold Steel should be canon.
They make a reference to that in the show as well.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Sonic Forces, aka Sonic OC Generator.
Yeah.
I do tell you, there is some self-awareness I've seen in shows that I absolutely like in a Person of Interest, where they keep mentioning kneecaps. Some guy who goes around and kneecaps people.
Oh dear me.
All right, what was the topic that we were on again? Forgot. Oh, the Sphinx.
There's loads left. We've got.
We all pretty much said we like Sphinx.
Yeah, I'd fuck it.
Same. I'd fuck it and pet it and love it.
But here's the thing, though. I don't understand how micro, a small guy and a giant woman sex works.
Magic.
How does that work?
Magic.
It's Equestria. It's magic.
Well, I mean,
Magic.
it's like in Shrek where Donkey fell in love with a dragon.
Do you just go spelunking?
What?
Into the cavernous road, the 300.
Just put on the helmet with the flashlight.
Oh God.
Nah, I reckon there'll be some sort of magic. You can just answer everything with magic, because you can't go wrong with it.
So, what other topics do
We
we
got some
have
quick fire
besides?
questions from Puss Puss.
Oh, puss puss.
Yeah, and I told him this isn't the regular cast and that this is supposed to be topically based. But
Do it. You have to answer them in 3 words. Or 1.
all right, so questions for Mr101. How are you so sexy?
No,
Why won't you return my calls?
kitten,
Who is best pony and why is it Berry Punch?
you just answered the question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you will always have a place in your heart for MLP?
Well, yeah,
When is the clop?
always.
Good.
Hmm.
Alright. So we got a topic from the other guy. Okay, what the fuck? I go to the link you gave us, and what do I see? Dragon fucking tits.
Praise
I
the
thought
Lord.
I could expect quality from you guys. Apparently Enigma is running the barcast now. Hashtag
Well-
build a wall around barcast. Hashtag dragon tits are bad. Hashtag make barcast great again. Hashtag just kidding. Love you.
Well,
But be my
hey,
Leave
you
it after
know,
that.
there is a way to remedy Enigma being shit.
There is?
And how's that?
Yeah,
How's
kinda.
that? I'm curious.
Euthanize. No. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
so
Alex,
sorry.
that just went way too dark.
I'm really
Welcome
sorry.
to the
Well, hey, I was gonna say a 50 cent cure, but you know.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Do you mean just make him listen to 50 Cent?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying 22 bullets only cost about 50 cents a pop.
Which I'm
Now,
pretty
we've
sure
already
that could
discussed in length about why dragon tits are good.
Yeah, we have. Have we?
Alright.
Are they
You know,
My-
that's-
squishy?
my art of
Yeah.
dragon tits is just spreading the wealth. Just
You know-
spreading the wealth.
Okay, let's
Like-
see. I'm curious though, Mr101. Are they squishy or rough?
Sure, but
They're-
no,
they're-
Enigma, shut it. You're not me. Shut it. I would say they'll be slightly hard around the edges, but the more you get towards the nipple area, they become softer.
Hmm.
Because it would have to be for tit logic to work.
I'm curious
The
what
same-
Enigma's going to say.
It's same with the butt. It'd be harder on the outside, but as you get towards more the crevice of doom, it'll get softer because there'll be softer
Crevice of
scales.
doom.
There'll be softer scales underneath.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
Enigma, now you can say something. Interrupt. Freak.
I was just gonna say that they're firm but malleable.
Okay, that would. So they're basically like metal. They're firm, but they're malleable.
Mm,
I still stick with the fact that they're harder on the outside, but sort of you get towards the middle center area, a bit squishier.
I like that.
Because it kind of works in the sense of how you look at lizard girls or dragon girls in terms
What?
of half human, half dragon. They've got the scales on the outside, but in certain areas it looks softer because of the skin.
Oh my God! What did you link, pencil? Jesus
Yeah, I was going to ask. I
Christ.
started opening it and I saw the title. Can I open that? Bearing in mind I'm recording this for YouTube.
Period
thing-
panties.
Can I open this? 'Cause I am
Hairbrain
curious.
design. No. Let's not open it. Let's not.
ooh, there's a Doctor Who one.
Let me open it in the
Pencil
window
stop.
I'm not recording, because I want to see this.
Let me know how it goes.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm already scarred. Thanks for the scars, pencil.
Alright, next
It's
topic.
not actually that bad. It's quite bad.
Alright, next topic. Are potatoes relevant here?
No, let's move on.
But they're potatoes, man. I mean, you make fries out of them and hash
Discuss-
browns.
They're the greatest things in the world. We don't touch them.
But they're fun because they're poisonous if you don't cure them first.
We don't want to upset the Irish.
Well,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
pretty
you
sure.
don't really go fishing for an Irishman with a potato. You do that with a beer. So
Yeah.
Potato works bit. No, potato
Well,
works.
I mean, with hey, the potato blight proved that Irish people can't live with potatoes.
Talking about the potato famine, there's always a fun sketch from a comedian called Dara O'Brien I like, and he was going about how he doesn't like using cliches, and he was writing an article about something, and he didn't want to say, it spread like wildfire, so it was around the time when we had swine flu going around, so he said it spread like swine flu, and
Mm.
the editorial got changed when it was published to spread like wildfire. He didn't like them. He asked them why, and oh fuck, I forgot the anecdote was. Nope, I forgot it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Oh, God
disappointing.
damn it! Damn it! I
Oh,
was.
such a build-up. Okay, so from Distorted Flare,
Ooh,
My
what
apologies.
character do you enjoy drawing the most?
ooh.
Gender bent Spike and gender bent Garble, because I ship them because I'm a scummy little pervert.
I like Barb. I like Barb, but I do not like Garble, even if he is gender bent.
Go look at my pictures of Garble. They're gender bent.
You should. That should there you
Send
go.
it. Alex, go find it. You're like my Cortana. Go find me this picture.
Alex,
God.
go find dragon tits.
Alex is the intern. That is his job.
Okay, hang on.
Okay. Well, I don't know what character I particularly like drawing because I honestly don't draw as much as I should. Let's
Draw
see.
more than I do.
Does bother me that
Mm,
for a though.
I used to. Okay, so who is best character and why is it R63 Spike?
You
Fuck
just answer the
off.
question yourself, you stupid Scottish fuck. Love you, babe.
Okay, what do
You know,
you
actually,
do to get yourself in the mood to draw? Jerk it really fucking hard.
Yes.
actually, what I was gonna pertaining to the last thing, I was gonna say that for some reason, gender bent Spike, Barb, to me feels like more of a competent character than how Spike is now.
Yeah, that's how I draw it. I mean, the reason why I draw her now in the sports get-up, because I see Barb, if you're flipping the character, I see Barb being more tomboyish, because if you look at Spike, Spike's a bit more girly, like, the apron he has on during the dragon migration and that kind of stuff. I see
So
Barb being
you're
a bit
saying
more
Spike
tomboyish.
is a femboy then?
In a sense, I can see that, yeah, in a sense, because he's shown to be a bit more girly than he is. Like, nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that, no one get triggered. But yeah, I like to draw Barb and write her, well, more so now anyway, as being a bit more tomboyish. Because I think that
Interesting.
makes sense when you look at Spike's character.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Well, I say character.
Of course, Spike is also just an obedient slave and just Twilight's bitch. So
So you're saying that when Dustshine starts to reach, teenage hormones, and instead of reaching for the sock, he reaches for Barb.
Well, yeah.
probably.
Although he won't understand what he's doing because he's an idiot. And I've written that in a story where he doesn't understand what he's doing is a bit like, hang on, this isn't gonna work, kind of thing. But he does it.
I'll go fetch my diagrams again.
I even drew cover art for it. I'm still proud of that picture though.
Yeah.
Probably my
Nice
first sort of
picture.
it's the cover art for my story, How to Discipline Your Dragon. It's basically it's Barb being spanked by the Dustshine. It's on my
Hmm.
demon art. If Alex wants to go get it and link it into the Discord,
Yeah. Wait, which one? Sorry, I got.
you'll know it is. It's called How to Discipline Your Dragon.
Okay.
It's kind of hard not to
Oh yeah.
notice it.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. It's in Discord. Let me.
A story that took me about 7 or 8 months to do. So I started that a long time ago. Back in October last year, I think, actually. It was actually a bonus chapter to an actual plot story I was writing on about Barb and Blitz. But then I sort of shelved it and changed it into a different one because it got weird.
Hmm.
Like, weird.
Well, I've read some very weird stories, so.
Hmm.
Speaking of weird stories, my Dragon Tit story is almost 2,000 likes.
Is that weird? Is that so much weird as cringy?
It's a
Well,
enigma.
almost 2,000 people seem to disagree.
Okay.
This
All
emotionally.
right. So
Are you confused, Pencil?
She doesn't understand why so many people like this.
You know what? Okay, let me add in a story about Embermania. So, as a lot of people some people might not know, is the Ember episode aired right before BabsCon 2016, like literally a couple weeks before.
hmm
I have a friend whom I'm in a chat with, and I've gone to several conventions with in a group. He is an artist. He lives in the same town as me. One of the things he drew up right before heading to the convention was a thing of Ember. It's like I think an Anthro Ember, yeah. And she was in like
How can you make an Anthro Ember? She's already more human-like than the ponies.
Give her
Add
tits.
tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What I mean by that is, yeah, there was some evidence of cleavage, definitely.
You got a link for this?
Uh, I have to dig through it, but yeah, I can
My
bring
penis
up
is
a link
asking
of
for
it.
me.
Okay, fine. I'll bring it up. So, and he set up a vendor's booth. I shit you not, I lost count of how many times he ran out, he sold out of Ember prints because of Embermania and the bank he made from that shit, man.
Well, if
It's
you remember,
fucking insane.
if you remember, like the day or two after the episode aired, every single story that was featured, not the re-feature story, but the three bottom stories, but every story in the feature box was an
Yes.
Ember story, and I have never seen that before in the 5 odd years
The
of being on film. I've
Oh
never
yeah.
seen every story be
Just
about one character.
the
And I
whole
released mine near the end of Embermania, and it got to the top, baby.
I'm still working on my first actual Ember Clock story, which is based around the image in my gallery, which is my first actual smart image I've ever done in my life. Well, not on my DeviantArt gallery, it's on my Tumblr because I can't actually put it on DeviantArt because they're uptight dickheads about it.
Ooh.
Alright, I pinged you in the chat.
Oh, that one. Wait,
fun.
Ambrose is your friend?
Yes.
Oh shit! I encountered him at BabsCon 2017,
Oh,
and
you
I
did?
I did, and here's something I fucked up. Okay, you know the cover art that I use right now for my Amber story.
Yes.
I thought that was Ambrose. So when I saw him, I was like, "Hey, dude, I used your cover art for my story." And he was like, "Really?" And he pulls out his phone and everything.
Oh god.
And then he sees that,
Oh.
and then he sees someone else's art there. And then I realized, oh shit, no, wait, that wasn't Ambrose.
Hold on. Enigma, this is for you.
No, like actually, I have yeah, I would hang around where he was selling art. So yeah, he and I are pretty close, pretty good friends.
I love Ambrose's work. He's one of my favorites.
He's a really good artist. So yeah, so I basically just get to see pretty much all the stuff he's working on. I'm just thinking, damn, dude.
I need to draw more Ember.
You
He
do.
he has a real thing for Ember, so
Well, go look at my design for Ember Anther is a bit different because I decided to make it a little bit more like because when I do dragons, I give the top spines sort of I make it hair basically that lead into spines because I don't know, I just feel it looks nice. But
You give them like Godzilla spikes.
yeah, but with Ember, I decided to make a bit more of a her initial design. I made it a punk, so half a head shaved.
oh.
I don't know. I like that look. Well, yeah, I've got.
Oh, speaking of which, has everyone seen the most recent episode?
Which one was that one? I can't remember.
Do you mean the one where I don't care about anything else that happened in it except Berry Punch?
Oh, right. I remember now. The hair thing, the main.
I don't care about the episode. Berry Punch spoke. 10 out of 10. That's it.
Has everyone here seen it? Rav, have you seen the most recent episode?
What's it about?
Rarity. And
Oh, with the new. No, I have not seen it. Don't spoil it.
okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Yeah,
Because
that's why I was
I've
being
seen
careful.
the design and I really like it, and I'm hoping they did something decent with their character for once.
Oh, okay, you saw the
Yeah, I saw the punk hairdo and
Yeah,
everything.
that was everywhere.
yeah. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of Rarity, but something about that design does things to me in a good way. I love it.
Well, punk is kind of a well, it's hot.
It is. It is
Hence,
definitely
hence
hot.
why
That
that
is
with the Ember root, because I don't know why, I just thought it looked good on her.
Ravage, right? Have your Philly right, a non-Philly right there. Yell, dragons shouldn't have tits.
I've got an empty version that I'm gonna upload here in a little bit, so yeah.
Nice.
that or
I can't braid my
say
pubes.
braided-
That's actually really great.
no.
I love that drawing.
This is
yeah,
this
give me a
is
little bit and I'll upload a blank for everybody.
Yay.
Mugshots pubecast version.
It basically has
How
been.
does when a pony is tied up like that with a straitjacket? How did they get around?
They walk in a
They're in a
high.
rubber room, assumingly, so they don't need to.
They shuffle around.
Yeah.
They do what dogs do and just drag their asses along the floor.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
Well, okay,
No.
there's an anime called Dead Leaves, and I highly recommend watching it because it is really stupid and an entire waste of like an hour of your life, but so worth it still.
I'm always looking to
And
waste my life.
It's worth it, and yet it's also a waste of an hour of my life.
Oh, yes.
Rap, don't double think, okay?
I am a walking contradiction. So,
No.
anyways,
So you're an
Straight-
oxymoron.
Straitjacket
Yes.
ponies get around by rolling like a burrito.
No, I'm sticking with
You
dog
would
butt.
think of a burrito, wouldn't you?
I'm still going with dog butt rolling around.
Yep.
Or they do that gif Sweetbell does. You know, they go on their front with their the rear end in the air and just push themselves along.
Oh man.
By the way, Distorted
Actually,
Flair
it-
is the only one who's actually asked art questions for the art stream.
Oh, what is last one? For me,
Actually-
it's looking at images online as as an inspirational kind of thing. Same thing with writing as well. You see an image and you get the idea for a story around it. Or for me, it's letting my mind just listen to certain bits of music, mainly soundtracks or just that kind of stuff, because I can get lost in that quite happily. I mean, a lot of stories I've written have been because I've listened to a certain bit of music and thought, you know what, this could be quite good for a scene in this chapter or a story in general.
I'll be honest, there have been certain character personalities or traits I have actually based or gotten inspired by songs, which of course I do need to sit down and start writing. But one of them, I shit you not, I got just the part of their trait or from listening to Gangsta's Paradise. Because the song is, there's this sense of hope, sense of like he's trapped in a really fucked up environment and it's killing him, and he's if anyone's listened to the song, it but no, I get that. I've listened to all sorts of music and I'll just be listening through a song, I'm like, oh, I could use this.
Weirdly enough, as well, when I'm drawing or writing, it's just more towards writing, because drawing I don't know what about it is, but I'll just listen to a documentary about, I don't know, some animals or plants or anything, and that just sort of melts in the background and it just keeps me focused. But with writing as well, as a side note, weirdly enough, I will find some kind of irritating bit of music which I like but hate because it's catchy, and I will just have that on a constant loop because that sort of forces me to focus. Because I have this sort of mindset of, you get the chapter done, mate, or you're not. This is not being turned off.
Oh,
And
okay.
It sort of forces me to
That's-
focus.
That's interesting. So what, you just find like a song you hate, or that's
No,
just...
I don't hate the song. It's a song that it's one of the, it's a good song, but it's so just really catchy to the point
Oh,
where it's
okay.
annoying, and so I. It's sort of
Eh,
it's sort of a masochist kind of thing. You know, I punish myself. I'm like, you finish this chapter, mate, or I'm not turning this off.
Okay, yeah, I think I understand what you're talking about. It's like one of those songs that are just way too fucking catchy and just infectiously so.
Yeah,
And you want it to stop, but you're forcing yourself to finish writing until before you can stop it. So
and it
that's
weirdly
an
enough,
interesting idea.
it's the same thing with drawing as well. Sometimes I'll apply the same tactic to drawing. So I'll be like, right, I've been working this sketch for about 2 hours now. I need to focus. I'll put this annoying music on, and I'll focus on the drawing. And it weirdly enough works. Unless I get into one of my ruts where I cannot, for the fucking love of me, like for example, the picture of Garble and Garble in the swimsuit, or
Mhm.
Garbell as I call her because it's a cool gender bent name. Um, I sketched that on a Wednesday. I was happy with it. I was going to start inking the following day. Went back to it the following day, changed the back slightly because it didn't look right with the in regards to the position of her head. And I stupidly looked at her left hand. I went, you know what? I can change this a bit. And then 5 hours later, I am still trying to get the fucking hand to look right because I have this. It's a perfection thing. But if I can't get the drawing to look or be as similarly close to how I envision it in my head, I will not be satisfied. I mean, I've started because I get more creative towards the evening. I've started drawings about I don't know 8 o'clock in the evening, and at 3 in the morning I'm still working it because I can't. I got that mindset. I can't stop because if I stop, I'll go okay, that'll be enough for tonight. And then about 10 minutes later, I'll go. Yeah, I could do a bit more. I think because I can do this again. And
You
it's just
just you no, I get it. I totally understand. You stop, but you can't stop thinking about
yeah.
what you
Yeah.
could do.
I've gone to bed, closed my eyes, and
Then
for
you just have to
all I
get up.
all I can think of is I know I can change that bit of the drawing to what I want it to look, or this bit could probably actually do better if I made it wider, blah blah blah.
Oh
And
God,
it,
Jesus.
it's very frustrating.
Yeah, I know exactly what you think everything's finished for a night, but you just can't stop. You can't
Yeah,
sleep, and basically you can't do anything until you get back up,
it's
out of bed, and finish it.
yeah, it's why as much as I like the fact that I'm now doing safe for work versions of a drawing and an SFB, like for example the Summertime Dragons where they're both naked and not in their bikinis. I like the fact I'm doing it because I'm because I know I used to do it before. It's me pushing my boundary.
Mhm.
However, because of how my drawing routine is the most complicated, unneededly bizarre one you'll ever see. Because I can't use a tablet because for whatever reason I can't distinct. For example, if I'm looking at a sketch pad, I can see the pencil, I can see where the line's going, I can control it. With a graphics tablet, I can't. I'm just watching the mouse. I can't for some reason I can't differentiate between the two, so it doesn't look right or feel right to me.
Mhm.
So my drawing process is thus: I sketch into a sketchbook, scan it into the machine, then go over it again. So basically, I'm drawing the image twice.
Hmm.
I then, I tweak things that need to be tweaked. Like for example, if the eye's not look right, I can tweak the eye. The wonders of editing in software. And then I add heavier lines and heavier lines if needs be. Flat, then shading, then more shading, then the background. It takes a process of basically I can start drawing on a Wednesday and it won't be finished till the Sunday. That's obviously me, taking time because I'm doing, I'm working and all that stuff. But my process for drawing is stupidly long, and it probably doesn't need to be. But unfortunately, I haven't really found another way of actually shortening it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, well,
All right. Well, and with that, we're less than a minute away from finishing. So, thank you, Mr. 101, for coming on. We've had a great time talking to you.
and a great time as well. Also, apologies
And
if you're watching this, we didn't get to answer your stuff.
all right, and we don't know who we're gonna have for next week, but If any of you watching have any particular suggestions, please drop us a note, a message, anything, and we'll see if we can't get some artists that you like. Just so you know, we got shot down by several artists. One of which was Captain Pudge Muffin, and I really wish we could have gotten him on here. It would have been hilarious, I'm sure.
Oh, that would have been
Huh?
awesome. That would have been awesome if you got him on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to get him on here so bad. At some point, I would love to get probably two snacks on here if he speaks English, because I don't know where he's from, but I know it's not America. So, anyways, thank you all for coming on. This has been your regular cast members, Alex _
Good night, people.
Dragon Tits Lover,
Ew.
Montana de Tacos,
Buy my tacos and my Coke.
and your ball hair braiding host Ravage. We hope you all have a good night,
Oh, not our
and
special
see you
guest. You
later.
didn't say. Did you say him?
Yeah,
Oh, did you?
yeah, I did.
Oh.
I gave him an outro.
Oh, sorry.
So when do I get paid?
Your check's in the mail.
Go kneecap a whore and steal her money.
God, come on, 101. You didn't even.
Good night.
All right, and we stopped.